Hello, good day everyone, and thanks for learning with me. We have completed 9 steps in our application creation. So we are going to take another step, and that is a descriptor for application. So, which is basically called as manifest.json. Okay, the naming is manifest.json. So it is the descriptor for applications. So you could see all the application specific configuration settings will be in a separate file. That separate file is called manifest.json. This clearly separates the coding from the configs uh, and give you a separate file. Okay. So this is just the overview of the application. So you could see as the when the Fiori Launchpad is a container, okay, it's you can say a repository where you can like if our application is done, you need to deploy an application somewhere else. At that point of time, you need a repository, right? That repository is called a Fiori Launchpad, a one-step destination where you can open your application. Okay, so we'll see in the future regarding this Fairy Launchpad. So at that time, your app should be started without have a local bootstrapping. For that place, we will put our all the configs in one application, one file, which is called the manifest.json. Okay. So coming to this, we are going to get the same output. There will be no any difference in the output. Okay, this is how they are just mentioning over here. This will be a manifestation. Basic what we did in our um, uh, what we have already did in our package.json. We are going to also mention over here. Okay, okay, everything will be. I'll show everything in the live coding. Okay, fine. As of now, it's done. This is the basic um, thing about manifestation. Okay, we'll get into our business application studio. Okay, and I think in prerequest itself we have created this manifest.json file because without that our application cannot be loaded, right? So we have created this. You could see it's already created, but we've just copy pasted, right? We haven't configured our application to this. We have just implemented whatever needed as a base for the application to be creation. Okay, to launch, to do all the configs in our application, to connect all the things in our application, okay, we need to do some changes over there. The first step is SAP.app section. Okay, SAP.app section, you could see here. The version we have got is 1.1.0, which is fine for now. And now the ID, okay, ID is going to be, I think you'll be familiar with what ID we're going to use. So it is SAP UI walkthrough, will browse the basis, and the type of application will be application. And coming to I-18, we're going to give the path of I-18, I-18N, okay, this will be the path. And the application version will be that we are going to just give the application version to be same 1.0.0. Now it's just fine. And the title of the application is going to come from 18 file. So as of now we will just fetch with one word called app title. We will have our repo of titles over in our IIT. Okay, and we'll also description over here. Within that description, okay, create two sort of curly brace. Okay, okay, we'll create two sort of curly brace, and we will name it as a description. Okay. Okay. So it's fine for now. Just put a comma over here. So that's fine. We need to go to ACP.UI section, which is here icon. You can like things like icon. You can add it in the future. It's like it will be bit of pieces, and it is called it is to make your make your application responsive. We'll be having device types, and we have given two for all device types, and this is straightforward, right? I don't need to explain this because it is directly it is given. Mm. And coming to, we are going to add some attributes in the UI5 section, because this is a section where we need to add some attributes, and this is where we are going to determine things like our models, everything. Okay, you can see models, root view, which will be our root view, everything. Okay, and this root view we are going to edit now. Root view will be just remove this, and to mention uh, multiple attributes. So we are going to give view name, and within view name, and you'll be familiar with that. SAP UI demo walkthrough dot view dot app. Okay, and we'll close this. Proper comma over here. But what is the type? Type of our view, that is XML, right? Just give XML. Just give comma, and I think you know we are creating a JavaScript based application, and we need to mention it is async. Okay, and the ID of the app, we will add the ID of the app once after creating this. So for future, if we create multiple apps, this should be added in all the apps whatever you are creating. Okay, okay, I think this is done. So we'll come to, okay, uh dependencies. You could see the minimum version is we are going to change that to 1.60. Yeah, okay, I'm going to edit this library, and I'm going to add some important library over here. I have mentioned the important one is SAP.m. Many properties are over here, and within this we're just going to close this up so that we can utilize all the things in the SAP.m. Okay, so yeah, and let it be over here. We just okay, we just try to take this UI library down to now. Let me just remove this. Okay, and coming to models, I think I18 is set up over here. I think the resource model we have mentioned. So within this I18 file, we need to add our bundle name, everything over here, okay? As it's not mentioned here, right? We need to add, this is already given. This within the settings, we'll add something called settings tag, and within that, we'll add some parameters over there, okay? Okay, just give settings. Within the settings, you're going to add bundle name. Okay, the bundle name will be sap.ui.model dot resource model. Okay, just close the brace, give a comma over here. and we are going to add a support which we added all these in our a component of JSON file, right? We are going to take that configs over here, okay, and for yes, okay, fallback local. Okay, fallback local is going to be um that for now we'll just we no need to do any specific um a specific language translation. So we have given we are not given that. Okay, so now that we can go ahead and okay, this is done and we get into our index.html now. And within the index.html, we are going to do some changes. We are going to do some changes over here. Here in our index.html, we are going to do some changes on this init, on init. So we are not going to like initialize our index file initially. So for instead of that, we are going to initialize our component support. Okay, component. You no need to worry. I'll explain what is this, and also we'll create a component support in our file. Okay, we need to create a div also for that. Okay, just create a div within the body. Okay, okay, fine. We are going to add some attributes over here for the component dot support file. So what we are going to add is SAP UI data slash SAP slash UI slash component. Okay, and another attribute, and we are going to assign our SAP. Oops, this is component uh, data hyphen name. Okay, data hyphen name, and within that SAP dot UI dot demo dot work. Okay, work. And also going to add some attributes, data ID for our content. Okay, and we are going to assign some for content. Okay, and data settings. Okay, within the data settings, you're going to add some phrases. And within that, you're going to fetch the ID over here and assign ID called work. So, okay. So I think we're done with this. We're closed it. Okay, everything is fine. Mm, and before this, we are going to add some. Yeah. So you could see the differences in color if you have some sort of errors, right? And then we just go to X. Okay, and we get accepted. Okay, I think we're done. And we're done with this. So now, where we referenced our app title is I18 .n file. That where is then we are going to add some. We'll give we'll give explanation for we'll separate our IET file so that we'll be familiar with the things. Okay, so then we're going to give this script and within that and then what we'll just copy paste some things over from our manifesto choose. Okay. Coming to coming to edit. Yeah, just okay. Okay. We are going to assign here is the title. Title will be Hello UI, okay? Wi-Fi and their description will be a simple test app to learn UI5. Okay, I'm going to just save this over here and recheck everything in our component. And I think you don't need to worry on this. As it is going to, and also as we mentioned our new tool in manifest, we don't need a metadata, and for connecting with metadata we can mention here a manifest hyphen and the type of the file as JSON over here so that it will be referenced exactly to our manifest file, the manifest of JSON file. Just we are going to refresh the page. Okay, I need to again run my server. So I closed my server in my last class where I find some. Let us know a moment. Yes. Okay, we're getting components input for days unexpected W occurs not aware. I think there is some errors um in IT or through SQL to go through, right? It's showing here only. Where we'll check all our walkthrough spells because there is something issue with spells. Okay, this is we mentioned manifestation fine, and in manifest walkthrough that walkthrough is fine. This walkthrough is fine. Walkthrough care and we come to our index dot html. Here we have mentioned and there's no walkthrough here. Yes, and this is passing a error over our application. Just refresh our application over here. I think we'll see something on our application now. Okay, there you go. We got our message test over here, and some changes will be done on the UI file. The live updating is done. Yeah, and this is our how we need to enhance the application using component and we scriptify everything. So yes, and now we can delete our index.js as it's not needed in our application. Okay, okay, the we don't need. And also in our component.js, we can remove the I-18 declaration over here. Okay, I have removed it. You can also remove that I-18 declaration, because we have declared the I-18 in our manifest.json, and we have given all the settings for that. Okay, so this is fine for now. And let's see, is that like, okay, let's just um okay, that I think that's done with the component.js file. You can just walk through over the Wi-Fi demo code also. Thank you. I hope you understood. Okay, bye.